Okay, you're getting ready for work right now. Be honest. How happy are you? More than 3.5 million Americans quit their jobs every month. Just to let you know, on the live line with us this morning, workplace culture expert, CEO and founder of Global Company Culture Association, Dr. Daren Martin is on the live line. Good morning. Thank you for joining us today.
Hey, good morning.
So
happy to be on.
If a third of us have seriously considered quitting our job in the last 3 months, what is the problem with our job satisfaction?
So I'm actually surprised the number's not higher when you consider the fact that polls show that 70 to 85% of people hate their jobs. If you ask people the reverse, how many of you love your jobs, it's only like 15%. So we have an overall just dissatisfaction with what we call work these days. And I don't think it's an employee satisfaction issue. I think it's that we have not adjusted what we think about work to fit what's obviously a huge change in the way that we're doing everything else. We shop different, we play different, and work just has not caught up with that.
So that's an interesting theory. What hasn't evolved in our workplace that would match some of those other changes? Because you're right, we do a lot of other stuff different, but a lot of us are still punching the clock, coming in and doing that. So are you suggesting that maybe there should be some more flexibility or mobility?
I'm suggesting that work has absolutely changed down through history. Hunting and gathering work is different from farming work, which is different from factory work, which is different from office work. The problem is that with us living in a whole new digital age where you can get emails at home. I mean, if you look at how much work has invaded home, 50% of people expect to work on their vacation or to have to be doing some heavy lifting over the weekend. And what hasn't happened is that work hasn't adjusted to kind of fit that new structure. So, yeah, I think we ought to have a lot more flexibility, but we still have the punch the clock, as you said, mentality. We've got so many structures in place that are just really outdated and a drain on the workforce.
You know, you bring in technology, which can be one source of frustration in the workplace. The other one I'm curious about, is there any indication or breakdown of people that work in smaller groups or maybe work by themselves, you know, whether traveling salesperson that you mentioned, a farmer, a lot of time by yourself out there, compared to people that have to work with other people? Is that a main factor?
So actually, a recent study showed that people who work from home value their digital teams more than people who actually work in the workplace because they're bumping into them all the time, right? They're not as happy to see them. But certainly, people like to work different. Right now, I'm working and I'm sitting in my living room at home because I'm able to do that and because we're able to take this call the way that we're taking the call. But I think we need a massive overhaul just in terms of the whole system. Everything we think about in terms of even the language we use, bosses up and down the chain. I mean, head count. We need to worry about head in the game count. We've got a 29% engagement level in the U.S., a 15% engagement level worldwide. And every single symptom that you look at, what you just talked about, 30% of workers want to leave their job, is screaming at us that, it's broken.
I'll tell you what's broken. Our 10:15 Wednesday meeting. We are out of time. Dr. Daren Martin, thank you for your time today. Wood Radio News Time, 7:11.